Hello, students. So, in the previous classes, we have started the chapter that is the changes around us, and in which we had discussed about that what do you understand by change, what is change, and we has also discussed that what is the need of the changes. Okay, so today we will start with the different kind of a change. So, we will start with the first that is the slow change. So you see that there are some changes which occur in the nature, as well as you see there are a lot of a reaction that taking place in the nature is actually takes a lot of time to occur. Okay, so we can say the slow changes are the changes which will happen or which need a good period of a time or which takes a longer time to occur. Like what? If you see the rusting of iron, or tooth decay, tooth decay. So you see, these all the things are these changes. They are the slow changes. They take a good period of a time to show that change. Here in this picture you can see the growth. So you see that a person he born as a child, and after that it goes to a certain changes, and that changes is related to the growth. So from infant or from a small child to that to an adult person, you see a good time or a longer time is needed to occur for this change in the growth of a person. So these kind of a changes is a slow changes, or growth of a tree. So these are the changes, or ripening of the fruit, or by from a growth of the seed to that of a tree. That is also an example of a slow changes. Okay, so there are many changes which takes a time, and that is a slow change. When we see the next one, and that is the opposite of this slow change, and that is fast change. Okay, so these are the changes which take place in a very small interval of a time. Okay, for example, if you are preparing a food, if you are cooking a food, then what will happen even after an half an hour, or in a 15 minutes, or if you are baking a pudding, then you will see that baking a cake, then it will take only 10 minutes to the 15 minutes to prepare or to show the change. So these kind of a changes which need a very less amount of a time and show the change, that changes is actually a fast change. Okay, then the next one is the physical and the chemical changes. Okay, so when we talk about the physical and that of the chemical changes are the changes in which the chemical properties of the substance change. And when the chemical properties of the substances change, then a new substance or a new product is formed. Okay, so it will affect the substances chemically. Okay, and due to which the chemical properties changes and a new substances is formed. Okay, like that of a food. So if you see, while preparing a food, you need a lot of ingredient. Okay, like that of the different food items, including the spices and the salt, the vegetables. Okay, so when you oil, so all these things, when you mix them together and give a proper amount of a heat, so that they will mix it thoroughly with each other, then you will see that a new product is formed, a new food is formed after the cooking, and this food is not having the same property as earlier as it has. Like if suppose you are making a vegetable, or you are making any kind of a food like that, then you will never found that same characteristic as it was having, or as the it will have right now after the preparation of the food. Okay, so this is a kind of a chemical change in which the chemical properties changes, and that the substance totally get changed, or we can say a new substance is formed. When we talk about a physical change, then physical change is what? These are the changes in which only the physical properties of the substance changes and no new substance is formed. Okay, so here this only the physical property changes. Like what? If suppose you have taken a newspaper or a paper, and you cut the paper. Okay, you have taken a paper and you cut the paper into two. Okay, so now it's having a four pieces of the paper. So when you compare this one piece of paper to that of the early piece of the paper, then you find the property possessed by this single piece, or this small piece of the paper, is similar to that early piece of the paper. So here the property remain the same, but the size differs. Okay, and size, it comes in the physical property of the substances. Okay, you can take an example of a glass. If suppose a glass is broken down, so it will get broken down into the tiny pieces, and when you compare this tiny piece, the property of this tiny piece of the glass is similar to that of the particular glass. Okay, so here the size changes, but there is no change in the property, it remains the same. Or we can say the melting of the ice also. So melting of the ice is made up of a water. So the water or the ice or the water vapor, they all are having the same property, but they exist in a different state. So physical change, by this we understood that when we talk about the physical change, basically we are talking about the change in the physical property of the substance. It means there is no change in that particular substance, or we can say that no new substance is formed. Okay, so if we talk about the characteristic of the physical changes, so at first I will write the characteristic of the physical changes. So see here, the first characteristic of the physical change is that no new substance is formed. The second property is products are identical to the reactants. To the reactant. And the third property is these changes are reversible. Okay, so these are the properties of the physical changes in which no new substances form, products are identical to the reactant, and these changes are reversible. Reversible and irreversible changes we will talk later. Till that you understand that in physical change there is no new substances formed, and whatever the product is formed, they are identical to that of the reactant. Okay. While in case of a chemical change, I'm writing the chemical change properties here. If you see the I'm sorry. So see here, the first property is that the property of the product are different from the property of the reactant. So we can write the properties of products are different from the of properties of reactants. Okay, so the property of the product is different from that of the property of reactant. The second one is these chemical changes are irreversible. And the third one is the changes always result in the energy changes, or we can say new substances formed. Okay, so these are the changes that is related to that of the chemical changes. So these are the physical and that of the chemical change. To the next topic, and that is the reversible and irreversible changes. Before that, we discuss about the physical and the chemical changes. In the physical change, you see that there is a characteristic of the physical change that the changes are reversible. Okay, while that of the chemical change, they are irreversible. Okay, so now we will talk about the reversible and irreversible. Reversible, it means reverse. When we talk about the reverse, it means the thing which come again to its position or to its state or to its size. Okay, so the thing, the changes that occur around us, if it is reverse back to its position, then that kind of a change is actually a reversible. Okay, again, if again it comes to that its original state or this original condition, that kind of a change is known as a reversible change. When we talk about the irreversible change, so irreversible change is what, in which the if the reaction occur, the whatever the product is formed, it does not convert itself to its original condition, and that is known as irreversible. Okay, reversible, irreversible is just opposite to that. So you can see here a liquid is there, if we talk about the state, a liquid is there or a juice is there by which an ice cream which is in the solid state is formed. Okay, or there is chocolate, it can be melted, it can be solidified also, and again can be converted into the chocolate bar. Egg is there, which shows the change, it is of yolk, it's a kind of a irreversible change. Okay, so there are lot of a different kind of a changes which is reversible and which is irreversible also. So now see here, reversible and irreversible changes. So speaking in terms of chemistry, a change can be explained on the basis of the physical ground. So changes are very random or uncertain phenomenon, and it can be for the good or for the worse depending on your view. So when we talk about, like we see here, the melting of the ice or the cooking of the food, these are the changes that happen around us, and in some cases we find the original substance can be recovered back, while in some substances changes you can never go back to obtaining the original substance. Okay, so the change in which the substance acquire its originality, or it acquires its original condition, that kind of a change is actually a reversible changes. And you see, there are a lot of things by which the substance will not go back to the original substance, that is a irreversible. Now see here, what happened to an ice cream if you do not finish it quickly? Or or is it possible to change that molten ice cream back into the solid? So yes, we can. This ice, when you keep it outside, then it will melt, or when you provide a heat to it, then it will melt to form a juice, or to change the state into liquid or molten. Okay, and when you keep this into a fridge, it means when it get cold, at that time this melted ice cream or this juice again get converted into the ice cream, or again changes its state from the liquid to that of the solid. Okay, so this is a kind of a reversible change in which this solid ice cream get converted into the liquid juice, and this liquid get converted into the solid again. So we can say that melting is a reversible process. See here. So the changes can be reversed or temporarily conversion are reversible changes. The reaction that are reversible reaction, and in such kind of a reaction one substance is modified into another form but a new compound is not formed. So here it is talking about that one compound is converted into get modified into the other form, but there is no change in its chemical properties, so thus the properties remains the same, and due to which we can say that no new compound is formed. You see here, right now we had discussed that when we keep the ice cream it will get converted into liquid, or when you keep this ice for a change at a room temperature, then it will melt and get converted into water, and when you provide a proper amount of a heat to it, it will get converted into water vapor or steam. So you see here, or again you can do one thing, when you lowers the temperature, then after condensing or after condensation, it will again get back converted into that of the liquid state, that is water. And when you again lowers the temperature, or when you keep that water into the fridge, so you know that fridge is having a low temperature, so by cooling it, it will get converted into the ice. So first of all, this is a reversible process, and the second thing, you see, this ice, water vapor, they all are having the same kind of a property. So here only the state change, but the properties they remains the same. Okay, so this is a reversible change. See here the process of melting. Okay, so ice, when it is melted, it get converted into water. So melting is a what? It is a physical change. Is a process like that of the physical change. How? Because here there is a change in the state. We know that melting is what, in which a solid get converted into the liquid by giving a proper amount of heat. Freezing is also a kind of a physical change. Freezing is what, in which the liquid, it changes to the solid by lowering the temperature or by cooling. So here only the change of state is there, property remains the same, so it is also a physical change. Evaporation is what, is the process of the conversion of the water into the water vapor, or the process of conversion of the liquid to that of the gases by heating, that is known as evaporation. So by giving a particular amount of a heat to it, so this is also a kind of a physical change. Condensation, in which there is a change of the state of the gas to that of the liquid by cooling, by lowering the temperature, and that is also a physical change, or that is also a change in its state but not in the properties. So it is a kind of a physical change. So there are a lot more example of the physical change, like the cutting of the paper, or or inflation in balloon, or inflating a balloon, or breaking of a glass or a tumbler, breaking of glass. Okay, or evaporation, right now we discuss about that, condensation, etc. So there are a lot more example of that of the physical and the chemical that of the reversible changes. Now we will comes to the next one. See here, there are a lot more example of that of the physical changes. So physical changes on the basis of the change of the shape. So when you cut or tear or crumpling, okay, crumpling or grinding of the of any of the substances, or when you bend it, so here you are changing the shape of the pipe but the properties remains the same. When you are grinding or giving a shape to that of the iron nail, then also it is also having the same property. When you are crumpling, at that time also you are simply changing the shape, but it will not going to affect the properties of it. So here these all are the physical changes where the shape changes but the properties they remains the same. So this is a kind example of a physical change. Now we will come to the next one, and that is irreversible change. So when we talk about the irreversible change, the changes that cannot be reversed, they are known as irreversible changes, which is just opposite to that of the reversible. So as compared to reversible changes, irreversible changes are the permanent change. Why they are the permanent change? Because they cannot obtain their original condition, and that's why whatever the change occur, that change is actually a permanent change. So here what happened, the reactant, they react together and forms a new compound which cannot be reversed, is actually a chemical change. So there are a large number of irreversible changes that take place around us, and this result in the formation of a new material. Like lot of examples are there, like if you see the ripening of fruit. If we talk about the ripening of fruit, so ripening of fruit means the when the fruit get ripened. So have you ever seen that if a fruit get from unripe changes from unripe to that of the ripened fruits, is it possible to again convert it into the its original condition or the unripe stage? No. So this is what it is, actually a permanent change. We cannot convert it. So this is a irreversible change, because it is not possible to get back the raw fruit from that of the ripened or the matured fruit. Okay, so it is not possible to get that original substance. Lot more other examples are there, like blooming of flower. Blooming of flower. So you see, it is also an irreversible change, because the flowers, they cannot change back into the buds. You know, the buds, they bloom and get converted into flower. So is it possible to again convert that bloomed flower or that flower to return back to its bud position? No. Okay, so this is a permanent change and this is an irreversible change. Okay, you have seen in our home that most of the time in summer, the milk that we keep, due to the presence of the microorganism or whatever, so what happened, it gets spoiled when it is not refrigerated or when it is not kept in the refrigerator. Okay, so this will cause the souring of milk or the curdling of milk. Okay, so the conversion of the milk to that of the curd. So is it possible to convert this curd again back to that of the milk? No. So this is also an irreversible process in which the milk can be converted into the curd, but the curd cannot be get converted into that of the milk again. So this is a kind of a permanent change or irreversible change. Burning of the paper. So when you burn a paper, the paper get converted into ash. Okay, and the ash is left or formed after the paper has been burnt is having the totally, it is having the different properties than that of the original paper, which was the unburnt paper. Okay, so its appearance as well as its properties are totally different from that of the original one. So this is also an example of a irreversible changes. If you see the other one, the cooking of the food is a very good example. So you see that you take all the different ingredient in their original form. Okay, like if suppose if you are baking a cake, so what you will use? You will use a flour or egg, milk as well, or chocolate, etc. Anything. So when we mix all these things together, then we get a cake. Okay, so by this cake, after the preparation of this cake, it is not possible to separate the different ingredients by which it is made. Okay, so this is cooking of the food is also a kind of a irreversible change. Say that the chemical change is a irreversible change, like that of the wood. If this wood is taken from that the plant and help in making the different material, or the cement which is prepared by the different ingredient. Okay, so it cannot be again get converted into the same thing. So this is a irreversible change. Now when we talk about the irreversible change, you can see here it is written a chemical change. So how a chemical change is a irreversible change? When we are discussing about the chemical change, in which we have seen that in the property of a chemical change, it was written that that it is an irreversible change. So how it is an irreversible change? So first of all, see, the property of the irreversible change is very much similar to that of the chemical changes, because in irreversible changes we always say that a new product or a new substance is formed. Okay, the same thing is there with that of the chemical changes, in which a new substance is formed. When we talk about the irreversible change, then you see the two or more ingredients, they combine together and they form a new substance, and the property of that particular substance is totally different from the original substance. Okay, so this is also a property possessed by that of the chemical change. And one more thing is there, that in case of a irreversible change, it is a permanent change. So chemical change is also a permanent change because the properties is totally different, like in that of the irreversible change also. So the property of the new substance is totally different, so it is also a permanent change. So irreversible change, basically it is a chemical change, or a chemical change is a irreversible change. Now when we talk about the physical change, we study that the physical change is what? It is a reversible change. Why is it so? That reversible, it means again it get back to its property. One more thing is there are reversible change in case of the physical change, like that of the stretching of the rubber. When you stretch the rubber, you are changing the size, but the properties remains the same. As you stretch the rubber band, and when you leave it again, the rubber band will get its original size. So these kind of a changes is a reversible changes. Okay, but in case of a physical changes, all the changes are of a physical changes are not reversible, they can be irreversible. Okay, in case of a physical change, all the changes, it cannot be irreversible, it cannot be reversible. Like if you see the cutting of the paper, so the cutting of the paper, okay, that every piece of the paper are having the same property as that of the original paper, but it is an irreversible process, because with the piece of the paper you cannot join them and again make the same paper. So this is a kind of a irreversible physical change. Or breaking of the glass. So breaking of the glass will break into small pieces. So these small pieces of the glasses, you cannot join them and make the glass again. Okay, so these are the different physical changes which are actually irreversible. You're grinding an iron nail, so this same means it is a kind of a irreversible change. Although it is a physical change, it means there is no change in the properties of that particular substance, but this change cannot be reversed back to its original position. So physical change, by this we understood that the chemical change is a irreversible. Chemical change can be irreversible, but that of the physical change, physical change, it can be both. Can be both. What? It can be reversible as well as it can be irreversible. Okay, so physical change can be reversible as well as can be is always irreversible. Chemical change is always irreversible, but physical change, it can be reversible or it can be irreversible. Okay.